What's up, family? It's your boy, Vito. And let's talk about it. Today, I will be talking about the Brooklyn Nets and how overrated that they are. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that I have to say this to all the Nets bandwagon fans, to all the KD disciples and the Kyrie flat earthers and the Harden strip club lovers. But listen, the Nets are overrated, and they've always been overrated ever since Durant joined. Now, let me say this: Kevin Durant, I believe right now, is the best player in the NBA, hands down. I like Giannis. I think Giannis is really good. Giannis can do everything. Giannis is very dominant. He's very strong. Giannis is Baby Shaq. Like, it's very simple. Giannis is Baby Shaq. He is the most dominant player since Shaquille O'Neal. He's more dominant than LeBron was. However, in this playoffs, there were a lot of injuries, and we all know this. Joel Embiid wasn't himself. Um, a lot of teams weren't themselves. So I'm not going to say they had an easy path to the finals because I don't believe in easy paths to the finals. I think every championship is difficult. You're playing, most teams are playing an average of 13 or 14 extra games because of the playoffs. Well, a good majority of teams are, let's just say. LeBron James has miles and miles of playoff experience on his body, so the playoffs are always grueling. And making it to the championship is not that simple. I'll tell you that. You know, I've played basketball before, never played professionally, barely made the middle school team, but I'm a basketball lover. You know, I've lived on 3, 4 different continents. I've seen it all. So I do understand, like, making it to the finals is very difficult. And Giannis did that. He made it to the finals through all adversity. His team was always down, and he pulled them through. It was always Giannis and Kevin Durant's big-ass feet. That's a whole different video. But anyways, the Bucks did win the championship to them. The Bucks did win the championship. So congratulations to them. But this is a new season. And I expect that most of the superstars this season will stay primarily healthy, you know. But let's talk about the Nets and why I feel like they're overrated. Let's go down the line like we always do. So we're going to start with Kevin Durant, who I just said is the best player in basketball. He can shoot, he can score, he can shoot, he can drive, he can dribble, he can play off ball, he can play with the ball in his hand. There's virtually nothing he can't do. He's 6'11", and he plays like a guard. So there is no flaw in his game, in his skills. However, Kevin Durant is just like Kawhi is to me. They're very injury-prone people, you know. Durant missed basically 2 seasons because of an Achilles. And ankle issues. He's a really, really slim guy, so those type of issues can always occur, especially when everyone is playing high-level basketball, which is fast, strong, dangerous, agile. Any adjective that you can use to describe as dangerous. It's dangerous ball they're playing now. Very fast, very calculated. Threes, dunks, layups, defense. It's an agile game right now. And he's very, very slim, you know. Of course, he did average, 35 percent, 35 points in the playoffs. Amazing. But let's not act like Jason Tatum didn't torch him. Jason Tatum had 50 in one of those games in the playoffs, if I remember, and who was guarding him? Kevin Durant. Remember, Durant was trying to bully him and all this other stuff. But I believe that Kevin Durant, it's not that he's overrated, he's just injury prone. So he's dangerous, you know? Let's go to the next guy, Kyrie, Mr. Flat Earth. Mr. I don't play because I don't feel like playing. I like Kyrie. I think he's a very skilled player, best ball handler in the league. It's very clear. I think he's also the best driver to the basket. He's the best attacker to the basket in the league, very easily. But with Kyrie, this is what you see with him time and time again in Cleveland, in Boston, in New York. It's the same thing. He's a very emotional guy, and his emotion goes beyond his job. So he will decide not to play because he doesn't want to play, which is strange. Like, you get paid to play. So if you're healthy, just play. You're getting paid millions to perform, because at the end of the day, basketball is entertainment. You're getting paid millions to perform, to play a game that you love. You play for free anyway. Like, what is the issue? What is it always such a mental strain that you need to come dribble a ball and shoot? Like, everyone goes through their things, I understand. You know, everyone is human at the end of the day. But you're getting paid millions and millions to perform. So perform. With him, is always an issue, this and that, and he called me a nigga, so I'm mad now. Like, nigga, come on. I get it. I understand how you feel, let's say, spiritually. But man, it's a game. Come play. And he's also another injury prone. Kyrie gets injured every 2 or 3 games. There's something. There's a little nick here, a little nick there. There's always been something with Kyrie. I do thank him because he was definitely an important part of my favorite player, one of my favorite players' championships. LeBron, obviously, you know. Without Kyrie, they're not coming back down 3-1. He hit big shots, big moments in that playoff run, and he was very integral. But you just can't trust him. I don't believe he can be trusted mentally in the playoffs. It's always something. Let's go now to Mr. James Harden, Mr. Strip Club himself. James Harden is a superstar. James Harden is a rock star. He is the, I would say, since Dennis Rodman, the most rock star-ish NBA superstar that you'll ever see. I think James is actually a step above Rodman. James is, I'd say he's above Rodman, right under Iverson, because nobody was a baller, shot caller, rock star like Iverson. Like, I'm just being real, you know? But James has what I believe a focus problem. He's also another one who's very emotional. Now, I trust him more mentally than I do Kyrie. And I think that his respect for Kevin Durant and their respect for each other is going to take the Nets a long way. But James is also one who, especially in Brooklyn, I mean, you in New York, there's titty bars everywhere. New York is the place to be a rock star. I want to see a full season of James in New York as the rock star that he is. Let's see if the focus is there. You know, he has something to prove, obviously. He's never won a championship. The other two have. But let's see. Houston is a lovely place, you know. I'm a Houston guy. I would definitely go to Houston, you know. I'm trying to be at V Live too. You know, we're Meg Thee Stallion. you know? But New York is a different place. You might pop out and you might see Favi, at the titty bar throwing hundreds. And if you're James Harden, I might as well throw the hundreds too. I might as well, right? I'm just trying to say, like, New York is, especially when it comes to NBA superstars, the East Coast is definitely a hard place to navigate. I'm sure James Harden has been to New York many of times. Has probably lived in New York for a while or whatever. But let's see if he can stay focused. I trust him more than I trust Kyrie, definitely, and I believe him and Durant are definitely a good tandem, a good 1-2 punch. But let's see. And he's also another one, injury prone. What is it with the Nets and injuries? You know, Stephen Nash himself, Mr. MVP, Steve Nash. I don't trust him as a coach. I don't trust Frank Vogel really because I know I'm talking about Lakers and the Nets video, but I do that. I don't trust him when it comes to combinations. Like during the playoffs, I saw a lot of changes he should have made, a lot of things he could have done to really preserve Durant, because the whole Nets team knows that the ball is going to Durant. Your shooters weren't shooting, your guns weren't shooting, and when they were shooting blanks. Let me tell you something. As a man, you never want to shoot blanks, but your shooters were shooting blanks. Because they should have won. They should have beat the Bucks easily if your shooters were shooting. Like Cam says, computers computing. Your shooters got to be shooting. It only makes sense. It wasn't working, and then he left Kevin Durant in the game. In 3 games that you let him go 48 minutes, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? This is playoff basketball. That's actually disrespectful to Kevin Durant, but that's just me. So yeah, he has to learn how to make adjustments. Blake Griffin is there. I don't think much of Blake, so it is what it is. He used to be high flyer. Now he's Mr. 3-ball. Doesn't make sense. But hey. And DeAndre Jordan, I don't even know what he's doing. What does he do? What does he do? He is the Jared Dudley of the Brooklyn Nets. He is there because he is friends with Kevin Durant and Kyrie. That's it. Mr. Jared Dudley himself. I hope the Lakers get rid of Jared Dudley, but that's another video. So all in all, these are my reasons for why the Nets are the most overrated team in the NBA currently. I don't even think they'll make it through to the Eastern Conference Championship round. And I understand that these are the Nets, like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. However, and I say however with an exclamation point, I don't know where they are mentally. And I don't know if they'll hold up when it comes to injuries, because those are 3 big salaries that you have to pay. And how do you fill out the rest of the roster? They have picked up pieces. They have the rookie Johnson, who was killing it in the summer league, but that summer league, Kyle Kuzma killed you in summer league. Look where he's at now. Say la vie to you, Kyle. But yeah, give me your opinion. Let's talk. Let's have a dialogue in the comments. Tell me if you agree with my assessment, if you think my assessment is bullshit, or just tell me what is your thought on this title, on this statement. Do you believe the Nets are overrated? Like, comment, subscribe. Road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm on it. you know. And the more you like, the more you share, the more you comment, the more videos I make, you know. Economics is not difficult. Later.